Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with another video, and as you guys can see from my spread as well as from the title of this video, I am finally coming back to show you guys my December monthly budget results. Now this video is going to be going up a little bit late. I feel like I always get these videos up later than I would want to, but this month has been a crazy month for me and really all aspects of my life, so I am sorry if I have not been really active on any of my social medias. I've tried to post 1 or 2 pictures on Instagram and tried to comment to a couple of you guys, but I just wanted to go ahead and come on here really quick to show you guys my December results because I haven't closed out my budget. So I definitely want to do this to move forward and to also see what I'll be doing with the leftover money I have in my cash envelopes. So let's go ahead and get started. I am first going to be going to my weekly check-in spread because I have one more week down here to weekly check-in for, which as you guys can see only has 2 days. This is just the way that things worked out for this month, and you know, I'm not mad about it. I did have, I think, 2 expenses in the last 2 days, but aside from that, this video I think should be pretty fast, I'm hoping. Usually these tend to be pretty long because I go over every single part of my budget planner and I close out my sinking funds. I finish up my weekly check-in spread. I go ahead and check how much money I have in my cash envelopes and close out my actual budget and everything like that. So let's see. Let me see. If you guys are new to my channel, by the way, and you guys do not know what I'm doing here whatsoever, I do suggest you guys check out either my weekly check-in videos for the month of December, or you just go ahead and check out my January monthly budget videos. Those are all up for you guys to check out. I only had 2 expenses, and this is my little key here that lets me know which color means what. So both of them were on New Year's Eve, and the first one I have here is gas. I pumped gas finally on the very last day of the month, and that was $40. So that's on a purple sticker. And then last but not least, I ended up buying some chips just to have at home for my family to try out, and that ended up being $5. I'm not sure why I put it in here, because now that I think about it, that was an allowance expense. So let me take out my teal stickers. I also noticed that I forgot to track a couple of things last week, which, to be honest guys, my mind has just been everywhere this last part of the month as well as this beginning part of January. I thought I was going to be a lot more put together than I currently am, but you know, things just ended up happening that way, and I'm just trying to move forward from things. So let's go ahead and see. So then I only have 1 no spend day out of the 2, which is really funny actually. So I'm going to take my little no spend sticker, put that there, and then we are ready to, yeah, because these days are in January, we are ready to weekly check-in. So for food, which is the pink sticker, I don't have any for this week, so I didn't spend any money. And that means that I should still have $18 remaining. If you would have seen last week's check-in video, then you guys know that I don't have anything in my eating out cash envelope, but I do have grocery money. So I have $18 here. So we have 10, 15, 16, 17, and 18. And I'm going to put the money on the side with their respective cash envelope, and then at the end of all of this weekly check-in, I'll go ahead and decide what I'm going to be doing with the leftover money. For eating out, I don't have anything, but we knew that. Next we have gas, which I did spend $40 for gas. I feel like I am going to be pumping, usually I pump like once a month, which is kind of crazy, but I don't really get out of my house much. So 80 minus 40 is $40. But I do foresee me having to pump, I believe, like twice in January, just because I am taking my family places, and I do plan on going to like amusement parks and stuff like that. So I'm glad I have extra money in here actually. So I have 40, so 20 and 20 is 40. I'm not sure if I'm going to be rolling over this money or if I'm just going to put it straight towards any other over budget amounts or just towards savings basically. I'm going to just go ahead and check off gas since I did just track this. The next I have shopping, which is all the teal stickers, which are both my allowance and beauty cash envelopes. And like I mentioned, I did spend $5 for some chips. And that I got out of my allowance cash envelope. So last week I had $49 minus 5. That means I should have $44. So let's take a look at allowance, my allowance little tracker that I have here in my mini happy planner. So for allowance, I should have $8 left over. So let's take a look. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. And then for beauty, I should have $36 left, which I do think I'm going to end up rolling over the beauty cash envelope just because my sister's wedding is coming up. Let me just count this really quick. 20, 30, 5, and 6. And I want to get my nails done, as well as I think I'm going to get a pedicure too. So I think this money would help to put towards that. So I'm thinking for like things like groceries, gas, and allowance, I'm going to just put towards my budget, and then it will go towards savings eventually. But for beauty, I'm going to roll over that money. I think that's what I'm going to do. And then last but not least, I don't have any unbudgeted expenses, which those are marked with red stickers. So that is nice. I'm going to check how long it's been since I've had an unbudgeted expense. Let me see. I didn't have any in November or October, but I did have one in September, which was something for school. So that's not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, so I think I made my decision. I'm going to be rolling over the gas and beauty cash envelopes, and then the rest of the money I'm just going to put towards my budget to cover anything that's been over. So I think that'll work out. So that's it for my weekly check-in part of this. Really fast and simple, just because we only had 2 days to account for. And now moving on to the next section, which is my sinking funds. I completely forgot to write a really important one from Christmas, which I don't know how I even forgot about it, because I did take the extra money that I used for Christmas from my allowance last week, so I think I just forgot to put it in my sinking funds. But of course there's no money left in my Christmas category whatsoever. So I'm going to just run down all of these and look at what I've spent in order to go ahead and put it in the minus section. So let's take a look at adventures. So for adventures, I didn't use anything. So we should be ending with $59. And for Amazon Prime, same thing. And we should be ending with $70. For car insurance, I did spend those $300, so I spent $300, which means that I should have the $50 left. I'm sorry, you guys can hear my grandma talking on the phone, by the way. It's for car maintenance. I didn't have any expenses for that, so that means that I should still have the $120 in here. Next up is car payment. If you guys would have seen the beginning of this month, then you guys know that I went ahead and combined my car tags with my car payment sinking fund. So let's take a look. So in the beginning we had $427 plus $257, that is $684. And then I did have one transaction for this, which was for my car registration for my old car, my Camry, which I am currently selling right now. So that was $145 that we spent from that category. And I am ending with $539. Next up, I have Christmas, which I pretty much spent all of this money. Let me see, 153 plus 200 minus 186 minus 96 and 71. Yes, that is 0. So all of my expenses equaled the same amount that I had in there, which was $353 in here. So we are ending with $0. in here. And that category is pretty much out of my budget. I think I'm gonna go ahead and add that probably in like March, I'm thinking, after my birthday, just so I'm not overwhelmed with the amount of categories that I have to stuff. Next up, I have date night, which I started with 30, added $20, and I did just have one expense of $7. Which means that I should have $43 left. Next is entertainment. I had 10, I added 40, and I did spend those 50 right here to treat my cousins to bowling. So let me put 50, and that means that I don't have anything in this category as of the end of December. Next, I have medical. My beginning was 49, and I added 10, and I didn't have any medical expenses. So that means that we should still have $59 in here. And then last but not least, my Go Wild Sinking Fund, which if you guys would have seen my January Sinking Fund video, then you guys know I completely changed that category into something else. So make sure you go ahead and check that out if you guys would like to know what sinking fund I now have to replace that one. So for this, I started with 165 and I added 90, and I didn't have any expenses for that. No. So that means that I should be ending with $255. So let me go ahead and now add all of my transactions. So 300 plus 145 plus 353 plus 7 plus 50. I spent a total of $855 from my sinking funds. And I am ending with a total of $1,195, which should match up with the beginning amount in my January sinking funds. So let's see, $1,195. And once again, all of these transactions that I am tracking in here are specifically only for my sinking funds, which in a way, I've explained this before, in a way is completely separate from my monthly budget, because these are amounts that I have been saving for specific categories for months now. And it's basically like me putting away money towards savings. Once I put it there, I no longer think about it in a way that could cover other expenses. So that was me closing out my sinking fund spread, and now this is all ready. Of course, I do this prior to the month ending. Of course, I do this probably like a day before the month ends, just because by that time I don't typically spend anything, especially for my sinking fund. On the very last day of the month, I like to just not spend anything then, so then that way I can go ahead and have accurate numbers to put in my January sinking fund, and that's how I do things. Now, let me move my stickers here. And now next thing that I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys is my variable income spread, which I have no clue. Actually, I think I know why. I completely forgot about a couple of transactions that actually occurred last week. I was over here all happy saying, oh my god, look at me, I haven't really spent money, when in reality I actually had. And the reason being is because I believe I had a balance in my PayPal account, and I just took the money out of that. So that's how my life is going, guys. So once again, hot mess here. The last time that we saw each other, we spent, yeah, these were from last week. On the 26th, I spent $35.06 from One Strong with Love. I bought a couple more for Michael's collab items. I do plan on making a video all about that, and also planning with those stickers because they're extremely cute if you guys have not seen those. Then on the 27th, I spent $23.50 for Simply Gilded for her double dip sale. And last but not least, on the same day, the 27th, I spent $21.47 from Two Little Bees for some cute foiled kits. And last but not least, I have here my little shipping charges that I have been getting for shipping out items. So on the week of the 26th, I got charged $43.52 from that. And I do get charged from Shippo, which is where I ship all of my items that don't go through like my Etsy shop and just give away prices. So that is all that I have for this. Now, I do want to first start by adding all of my fixed expenses, because if you guys would have seen my December debt snowball video, then you guys know that I went over my goal of paying $700 towards debt this month and made it an $850 debt payment, which I'm super excited about, super happy, and now we can go ahead and add all of this up. So we have 75 plus 130.77 plus 967 plus 850 plus 299 plus 100. So in total, for my fixed expenses, that is 2,125 with 76 cents. And now we can go ahead and look at our variable expenses, which are the ones that vary. So we have here our budgeted amounts for each one of our variable expenses. And now we can go ahead and look at our actuals. So as you guys can see, the first 5 here are my cash envelopes, which I just talked about. How I'm going to be going about that. For groceries, we had $18 left. So this is a quick way that I like to do it too. I just go ahead and take my budgeted amount and I minus what I have left over. So that means that I spent in total $232, which means that I was 18. Next, I have eating out, and for that I did spend $130 that I budgeted for this category. So I have no variance here. Next, I have gas, and like I mentioned, for gas I am going to roll that money over. So I'm going to say that I did spend the $100. Actually, I think that money that I'm rolling over, I ended up rolling that over from last month too. So I'm going to keep rolling it over, honestly. I don't know when I'm going to stop, or if I'm maybe going to put it towards one of my sinking funds eventually, because it's not in this month's budget, as you guys can see, since it was rolled over from last month. So maybe I'll go ahead and put it to an extra sinking fund. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe. We'll see what I do with that in January. So there's no variance there. Next, for allowance, I had, as you guys can see, $8 left. So we can just do 100 minus 8. That means that I spent $92. And there was an $8 variance. Next, beauty. For beauty, I'm going to be doing the same thing with gas. I'm going to just roll over that money because I do think that I can be way under budget, especially in my maid of honor category in January, if I take that money and just use that for beauty expenses. So I am going to put that I spent the $120, even though in reality I didn't. That's how it's going to look in my budget, because we're not going to think about those $36 anymore. So there's no variance here. And next, for electricity, like I've mentioned, I have been giving my dad $100, even if it's been less than that. So I think I did change my budget for January to $100, which is what I'm going to just be doing going forward. So that means that I was $20 under budget. And then for my phone bill this month, it actually went a little bit down. I think it just may be because as the months have been going by, I'm starting to pay off more things than there, which is good, because at the end of this year, I definitely just want to have just me paying my line, and that would just lower my budget a little bit more, and that would be, I think, great to just cover other things. So for this month, I think I still have, yeah, so for this month, it was $127 with 70 cents, but I think in January it's going to be even lower. So let's see, 130. So that means that our variance for this is $2.30, which we were under. Now for Christmas party, if you guys would have been watching my videos for this whole month, then you guys know that me and my boyfriend hosted an ugly Christmas sweater party back in the first week of December, and I ended up going over budget. I have it here as an other category because it's something that I did put in my monthly budget, but that it's not a cash envelope that I weekly check in for. So I am now going to track all of that, and I think that's the only other sticker I have. I have two actually. Okay, so let's see. So for the ugly Christmas sweater party, I ended up spending $168. Sorry, I'm like flipping through everything. So $168, which means that I was over by $18. So this is how I would write that. I like to write it in red so it stands out. And then last but not least, I have my maid of honor category, which I budgeted $50. This was only for the shoes that I was going to be wearing for the wedding, and those shoes ended up being $34. So we are under budget in that, which is good. So 34 for actual. That means that I was under by $16. And then the last category that I never added apparently, but I'm glad that I left the space for, is my unbudgeted category, which I don't necessarily budget anything for, which is why I'm pretty sure I forgot about it. I didn't have any miscellaneous expenses or anything like that, so no variance there. And now I can go ahead and add all of my actuals for my variable expenses. That means that my total actual amount was $1,103 with 70 cents, and now I'm just going to go ahead and double check by adding all of my variances together. So we have 18 plus 8 plus 20 plus 230 plus 16 minus 18. That means that we were under our budget by 46 with 30 cents. So 46.30 plus the 1,370 equals the budgeted amount. So that is how I go about closing out my budget. Now the last thing that I do have here with my budget kits is a total section. So what I will do here is I will go ahead and put my estimated income and then my actual at the end of the month. And then for my variable, I'll go ahead and put my budget. So in the beginning, my budget was $1,150, but the actual ended up being $1,103.70. And then for fixed expenses, is the same thing for budget and actual, because fixed amounts do not change. So in total, just to give you guys a visual, all of my expenses ended up equaling to $3,229 with 46 cents. So I will go ahead and have, of course, here after the video is over, my incomes and my actual, and whatever I have after subtracting all of my expenses from my income, I will go ahead and bring it into this pattern square box, which what I've been doing in the past is I've been splitting it into two sections, one for my debt and one for my savings. But I think starting now for January, I'm going to strictly put a lot more money towards savings than I've been doing in the past, just because I have new financial goals for 2020, and that's just what I'm going to be doing. But of course, if you have a debt payoff plan for the next couple of months and you really want to focus and make paying debt your priority, then I would just go ahead and put your debt here, or whatever it is that you want to do. I like to just leave that blank here as a sort of decorative and functional item at the same time, which I know you guys really like, because you guys always tell me that. So with that being said, I think that is all that I have for this December monthly budget videos result. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, as well as subscribe to my channel if you guys are not subscribed already, to keep seeing my budgeting journey, as well as if you guys would like to keep seeing my debt-free journey. I have a whole playlist all about it and how much I've been paying towards that each month for 2019, and how I plan on going about it in my debt payoff plan for 2020. And hopefully I will get to see you guys on my next video. Bye guys.